Welcome to this video. In this video we're going to have a complete ship tour of the Island Princess, where you're going to get an in-depth tour around the ship, deck by deck. So why don't we get started and cue the intro. If you like the content, please remember to like and share, and click subscribe to get all the latest content. Here we have the Island Princess, which is the second oldest ship in the Princess fleet. It is one of the smallest ships in the fleet, with just over 2,200 passengers, which is 200 passengers more than the sister ship, the Coral Princess, because in 2015 the Island Princess had a refit, which added 121 cabins, but unfortunately you lost the lovely double-decker lounge it had at the rear of the ship, and it's also made the aft rather ugly. Let's head on board and we'll start our tour of the ship. Here we are on Plaza deck. On the left hand side you can see guest services for the reception, which is next to the main atrium. At the front of the atrium here you'll see two glass lifts, but please be aware these only service from deck 5 up to deck 8. On deck 5 you have the Bordeaux dining room, which is a duplication of the restaurant above, and we'll go in that one to give you a better view. Here we are on the other side of the atrium, where we have a Good Spirits bar. Now we've headed upstairs to deck 6, which is the Fiesta deck. On this deck around the atrium you have the shops. On this side you have the watch shop, you have the Pandora shop, and you have the perfume shop. And you also have pop-up shops which happen in the atrium. Here on this deck you have the Provence restaurant, so let's have a look inside. In one of the restaurants you'll be able to have club dining, where you have your early and late sittings. In the other restaurant you'll have your freedom dining, but if you want to eat before 6 o'clock or 6:30 you can pre-book your tables before you go on the cruise, so you can have the same time each day. Here on the other side you have more shops. In here you'll have all your princess accessories and goodies, as well as some clothes shopping, and at the far end you also have your spirits and cigarettes you can buy. Here we have a good view over the atrium from this level. Here's one of the entrances to the Princess Casino. You can also enter it from the other side, as there's a big walkway down the side. Here we are on the walkway, which takes you all the way down the port side of the ship. On the right here we have the Effie jewellery store. This little desk on the left here is where you get help with your medallion or your princess app. And here we have the other way of getting in the casino. Here we're going through the photo gallery where you can get all your photos, but we did notice while on board that you can view your photos through the Princess app now. Here we have the Explorers Lounge. This is where they do a lot of the evening entertainment and stuff throughout the day. As you can see, there's an art auction going on here, or they're preparing for one. Let's have a look, see if we can get around this and show you what the lounge looks like. We should be able to cut through here and I'll show you what the stage looks like in the front of the lounge. Let's head back through here and down this little passageway. It should take us to the gym on board. It did seem to be a well-used gym here, very small and a bit disappointing. It's a gym with no views. Now we headed up to the next deck, which is Promenade deck, deck 7. On the left we have the Crown Bar and Grill, which is one of your specialty restaurants on board, which would also turn into the Salty Dog Grill when it was a sea day at lunchtime. Here on the left we have Sabatini's, which is another specialty restaurant on board, which also turns into a pop-up restaurant on sea days at lunchtime, which is Alfredo's. This little room here is the chapel on board where you can get married, or they have little events in there. The ship receives these plaques the first time it goes into a new port. If you want to pause the screen here, you can see the senior officers we had on board back in May and June. Here we have the Churchill Lounge. This is a little smoking room where you can still smoke on board the ship. Normally on Princess ships you can smoke in the casino, but you can't on this one, it's open to other rooms. Here we are in the crew's bar. In this bar they have live singers which pop up throughout the day and in the evening. And here we have another overview of the atrium from deck 7. Here on this deck we also have the wheelhouse bar. In this bar you get live music. There's a little stage in the corner. If you're in the top tiers with Princess, this is also the Elite Lounge, where it's closed to general public before your meals in the evenings, where the Elite members can come and enjoy a drink and have some nibbles before they go for dinner. Here at the front of the ship you have the Princess Theatre. This is where you'll get all your live entertainment in the evening from the ship's theatre company, where you have the theatre shows. You also have comedians and singers which come on board. During sea days they also use the theatre for their talks and lectures, where they bring on special guests to talk about their specialist subjects. So let's go outside and have a look at the prom deck. We're quite spoiled on this ship, with it being one of the older ones. It's got a nice wide wooden prom deck. As you can see while we're walking around, there's plenty of seating so you can enjoy the views from here. You'll be able to access Prom Deck from 2 doors from the rear of the ship, 2 doors in the middle, and there'll be 2 doors at the front. Here we have the toilet area for the service dog we had on board. As you can see on this prom deck, we can walk around the front on here, which seems to have gone from most of the modern ships. You'll see as we're coming to the rear doors here, the prom deck is ending. This is due to the 2015 refit they had, where they put in extra cabins. So further around, this prom deck is now turned into balcony cabins. Now we're heading up to the next deck, deck 8, which is the Emerald deck. Here we are at the shore excursion desk. This is normally quite busy, but you can book it through the Princess app, and of course you can also book your shore excursions before you go on the cruise through the Princess app or the website. Here we have a good overview of the atrium from deck 8, looking down over the 4 floors. Here we have the internet cafe, which seems to be a bit of a thing of the past now, because most people access it directly from their phones. Here we have a really big library on board with lots of seating and tables on here. There's lots of books you can read while you're in here. There's also lots of games and puzzles you can take out to the tables. There's a hidden little gem on deck 8. If you head all the way to the aft of the ship, you can go out the door there, where there's a hidden balcony which goes all the way across the ship for great views. You'll find that not many people know about this little spot, because even when we were in Alaska, the busiest I saw it on here was about 10 people. Here we are, deck 14, Lido deck. The only bit I forgot to film when I was doing this ship tour was the spa, which is just to the left hand side here. Here we have the Lotus pool, which is an indoor pool, which is over 2 levels. Here we have the Lotus bar. Here at the other end at the Lotus pool you have swirls where you can get your free ice cream in cones or in a little tub. Otherwise you can get your premium desserts from here, but there is a charge for these. Here we have the Lido pool, which is the other pool on this deck. This is an open air pool with a sea screen. At the sea screen they'll play movies here in the evening, where they'll put padded seats out on the sun loungers and give you a blanket and some popcorn. Here we have the Princess Pizzeria for the best pizzas at sea. To be honest, Princess do a really good pizzas, so it's well worth it. They have about 3 standard ones which are on every day, and you also get a special what changes every day. Here we have the Lido pool bar next to it. Here we have the Horizon Court buffet. This is the buffet they have on board the ship, where it's based at the front of the ship, where they'll have 2 sides, so we'll always have one of the 2 sides open with either breakfast, lunch, afternoon tea, dinner or evening snacks. So we'll have a walk around here, see what's on offer for lunch. Here we have a little gluten-free section, but my wife doesn't trust it just due to cross-contamination. I think if you do ask, they will make you something out the back, but we tend to eat in the main restaurants if we can. Around the front section of Horizon Courts, where you can get your ice cold water, your coffees, your teas. These are all free and you make them yourself. On this ship it doesn't have an international cafe around the atrium, so this is the place where you get your specialty coffees. This section is where you get your desserts. There are also cakes you can get made to order if you've got something to celebrate. There's also the premium cake slices you can get from here. When we did come up here, there always seems to be a lot of seats available, so it never took you too long to find a table. But saying that, we never came at peak times because we always ate in the main restaurant. You can see the other side of the buffet is open, so at premium times they do have both open, but when it's quieter they'll just have one of the 2 sides open. Now we headed up to deck 15, which is the sun deck. This part of the ship was always quite busy on our cruise because we've been to Alaska on our cruise, so a lot of people was up here enjoying the views. Here we have the Salty Dog Grill. Here is where you can get your burgers, your hot dogs, all made to order. And here we have a bar next to the Salty Dog Grill. From here you get a good overview of the Lido pool below and the sea screen. Walking up here towards after the ship towards the sanctuary, you'll see from this sign here and the gate being closed, you need to access this from the starboard side. Here we are coming up to the sanctuary where you check in. I believe it's about $20 for half a day and $40 for a full day. We never use this, I don't know for sure. Here we are on a day where it's been raining, so the sanctuary is shut, but you can walk in and explore it to your leisure when it's shut. With your access to the sanctuary, you'll get all nice padded sun loungers, access to these seats, and I think you get drinks and nibbles. These cabanas, I think they charge at an extra cost. I believe they're in a region of about $250. Here we are in the upper level of the Lotus Pool. You'll see the roof's shut, but it can open on sunnier days, and normally they'd have 2 table tennis tables out here. Here we are heading back to the Lido pool. There's a lot of people out and about at the moment with their binoculars out because we're in Alaska, so they're checking out the wildlife. Here we have another overview of the Lido pool. You'll see there's 3 jacuzzi around this pool, and here we have the sea screen. Here we are on deck 16, the sports deck. At the front here you'll see there's a little splash pool. Here further back on the ship we have the sports nets. As well as a shuffleboard court and a chessboard. I hope you enjoyed this tour around the Island Princess. If you have any questions, do drop us a comment. Please remember to like this video and subscribe to my channel so you're up to date with any more videos I bring out. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.